When we sleep, we go back to the real realm, the spirit realm, where all is possible and infinite. And there are no possibilities that cannot become impossible. For when we wake, we are back in the mortal realm, the flesh, or some will call it the third dimension. And when we go back to the spirit realm, some would like to call it as we astral project. For when we go back into the third realm, the physical realm, the realm of flesh and man, we are compromised and bound by these skin suits. Not realizing that everything in this realm, when we are in this flesh, is called the material realm. That's why they say people are materialistic, because this flesh is made of materials. So we are in the material realm. And as you dream, or should I say, as you go back to the spiritual realm, some will call it astral projection, fourth dimension, whatever you want to call it. We are in the real realm, where all things are possible and nothing is impossible. We can also make the impossible happen into this material realm. Right now, we are in the material realm. That's why when you dream, when you go back to the spirit realm, you notice you could do certain things. Certain people can fly, teleport, disappear, shoot beams and lasers out of your eyes. Because they're not going to tell us all of this information. For we are in the material realm. We are the living dead, the walking dead. Some people don't want to come back here. Some people that ascended way beyond these realms, the spiritual realm and the physical realm. There's many more realms than what we really know. But some people in the material realm get caught up in the material realm. They think that the material realm is all that it is. So just as you see certain people put on these virtual reality glasses and living in virtual reality, the material realm is nothing but a split of the virtual realm, of these virtual realities, which dig you more deeper into the hole of the rabbit hole. Think that they're going to tell you all of this. They want you to stay asleep. They want you to stay numbed down and dumbed down. That's why when people come to this material realm, they get caught up in the material things and not completing their agendas for why they're in this flesh. You know, people get jobs. They get on Instagram. They do this and they do that. Not realizing that you're wasting your time in these realms. Or you're wasting your time in the material realm. Caught up in material things. In the material realm, your soul was gifted such a body. And it's like we go to two different realms. Just like there's day and there's night. There's sun and there's darkness. So the unseen things that happen in the flesh will be revealed in the spiritual realm. And when you get weakened and you get tired and you don't have enough energy to carry on, you leave the material realm and go back to the spirit realm. So the real realm is when you drift, you dream, aka the spirit realm, or some like to call it astral projection. But they won't tell us none of this. That's why some people say mourning, because mourning means representing the dead. Is that bird that been watching me, following me all day? No, that's another bird. Every time I meet up with a certain individual, I see this certain bird, which gotta be a message, some information that I must decode. She explains we're in the material realm. I was told once that you gotta learn how to control your dreams, aka control yourself in the spirit realm. And now it's time for me to master that and to focus on that. Because certain people knew certain secrets. That's why here in the material realm, there's the Illuminati and these secret societies and stuff like that. That's because in the spirit realm, some people already done gave their spirit and their soul away. So when they come back to the material realm, they automatically are somebody's slave or forced to do things unwillingly and willingly. For it been a couple of forces that been after me. And no matter what situation or what I go through, I always find myself surviving these situations, being incorruptible, indestructible. And time after again, I go through several different events, unusual to the common folk. And I always come out victorious. It's something that a lot of people won't tell me about myself, that I've been figuring out and still figuring out, because it's pieces to the puzzle. And the same thing relies and applies to you in your own step as you take forward and walking in your destiny. For as I say, there are more realms than just the spiritual realm, aka the dream realm. And there's more going on behind closed doors in the physical realm. For I am not of this place. In search of the truth, it drips like a broken faucet, making sure not one splat on the ground, for being contained in either a vial, a vase, or inside my body of waters. Pay attention to the symbols and the symbolism you see around you. Study it. Ask yourself. As you look at this Google sign, yellow, green, and red, you will see the 666, the mark of the beast. But we must not accept it by any means. Those blinded by rage find themselves in a paradox. For life is more than what you see, what you know, and what you think of it. left off and you go back to the spirit realm, focus, pay attention, walk around, look around, ask questions, and become as conscious as possible, just as you feel you are here in the physical realm. Because there's answers relying and waiting on you. If you ask, you shall seek. Because closed mouths don't get fed. There's a lot going on. That's why I say what I say. There is water. And there's a whole lot going on under the surface. Some people think they're at the top just because they hit the top of the iceberg. As above, so below. But this world that we living in is backwards. It's reverse. Everything mean the opposite of what we say. When people say I love you, that just mean evil. And that word shouldn't be thrown around so easily. As I say, this realm and this world that we living in is backwards. Everything is backwards. But everything will be set and balanced, fixed. For evil has thought that it became triumph over these times, which is just a mere mirage. Because you can't have yin without the yang and yang without the yin. When you look at the paramedic truck, don't you see just one snake under that staff? It's unbalanced. For that only means health. But what about the chi, the ki, the prana? There must be two snakes. There have to be two snakes in order for that to be balanced. And that's when you see prana, chi, is part of the spirit realm. And the other one, which is there, is physical health. So they know if they could take away your physical health, they had been draining your chi, your chakra, your ki, your prana, your vital life force. Pay attention, because things are not as they seem. Not at all. And pay attention to the warnings that you get, because they are trying to protect your soul. Even though you are incorruptible and indestructible, you still must not take much affliction. They want to let your soul dwell in the abyss, which even if you were thrown into the pit, you will rise up out of it. But it won't even happen. You will be thrown into the abyss of the pit, because you will rise. And that's something they don't want to see. There's a lot of wickedness going on in this realm. Because that's me in the spirit realm. You have not been paying attention to what's going on. Because in the spirit realm, it's been a spiritual warfare. And witches, demons, warlocks, gremlins, trolls, all of these different entities, they are spiritual too. Angels, demons, because it's the spiritual warfare. Don't be confused about what's going on here. Just do not give in to the evils, because they're all around you, seeping, looking for the weak, the prey. But no weapon formed against us shall prosper, mentally, physically, or spiritually. So ask yourself, have you been getting specific dreams? Have you been seeing specific actions take place in the spiritual realm? And you wake up and you question yourself? You can bring them to the water, but you can't make them drink it. But sometimes manipulators, manipuladippers, people that work in deceit, try to make you seem as if you're thirsty when you're not. So realizing that certain waters you shouldn't even drink from because they're tainted. Because there's a whole lot going on under the surface. People come here and get caught up in these jobs, Mercedes. I just went past a place. I couldn't believe that these girls are wearing thongs and serving people drinks, getting paid $5,000. All type of prostitution sectors going on, which are nothing but snares. The dark one, the evilness. They do anything to make it seem as if all of this is just the norm, which it is not. I have something else I want to say to y'all before it cuts off. They say history all but a paradox. That's not what I want to tell y'all. I had it down here in these notes. They say those blind with rage are by destiny ensnared. What that mean to you? Those blind with rage are my destiny ensnared. But we have learned how to control our rage and not act out, because that's what certain people wants to do. And that's why I tell you, walk away. You got 2 feet, walk away. 2 knees, crawl away. You got a top torso, drag yourself away with your arms. Don't be caught up in these people illusions, because that's what these Decepticons, these manipuladippers, these evildoers, witches and warlocks, these demons and these devils and these entities that dabble in the dark arts, they use deception. When something just can't be straightforward, because the Most High, He don't give you the runaround, but also He do make you solve the puzzle. But He don't confuse you. And that's when you know. Pay attention to the signs, man. Y'all know what the vibe is.